Welcome back to my channel, Challenging the Christian's Unbiblical Views. The topic for the day is, did the Apostle Paul had a vengeful heart? I will deal with Paul a lot during the course of my videos, but let's just ask this simple question. Did Paul have a vengeful heart? The long answer is yes. And the short answer is yes. Give me an opportunity to break it down. We see that Leviticus 19:18 explicitly tells us not to have revenge. But we see in 2 Timothy 4:14 that Paul desired active destruction of people who caused him pain. And he said that Alexander did him harm. While Paul did left vengeance to God, and this was all a front, Paul was using a smoke screen. He was doing a false show that hides his real plan. Matter of fact, yes, Paul did actually say not to have vengeance. Romans 12:19-20. And this is the place where many Christians go to in order to prove that Paul was not vengeful. But sorry to say that people lie all the time. And it will be naive for you to think that Paul wouldn't lie to you. We see in the Christian text that Paul frequently wanted people to be handed over to Satan. And that's the prime example of having a vengeful heart. That's the definition of having a vengeful heart. Especially when he said, in order that they may learn not to blaspheme. 1 Timothy 1:20. This is the equivalent to roughing someone up just to show them a lesson. I'm sure you won't say that you would hand someone over to North Korea just because of a dispute. Sorry, but not sorry. This is not a good look for Paul. Having payback is what children do. And Paul was a child mentally. Again, in the Apostle Paul's personal statements, he frequently asks God to punish his personal enemies, which contradicts Paul's idea of having a pure, forgiving heart. Galatians 5:12. You can't make this up. It's impossible. All you have to do is read, but Christianity doesn't read, and they don't know how to look for signs of a misguided teacher. Now, the debate whether Paul was misguided or evil is subject for debate. That's a topic for another day, but Paul's state of mind was that he wished and expected Alexander to be harmed and punished. Paul was out of order here. Not only he wished physical punishment, but spiritual punishment, which is mind-boggling. Also pointing out that Paul ignored Jesus when Jesus said in Matthew 5, if someone strikes you, you're supposed to turn the other cheek. But Paul didn't want to turn the other cheek. As Jesus suggested, he did the opposite. He verbally attacked someone. Now, I'm not saying that we won't have feelings toward certain people. This is to be expected in this world, and I get it. I really get it. People say things that they regret all the time in the heat of the moment. We all make mistakes. Mistakes are going to happen. That's why we need self-discipline, of which Paul lacked. However, if Paul is expected to be a leader by example, then the way he treated Alexander was not in the spirit of brotherly love. Paul suffered from his repulsive feelings. The way Paul was acting, it wasn't even a love-hate situation. Paul wasn't fit to be a leader in anything. Oh, I'm sure there are Christians watching my channel that thinks that I am vilifying Paul. But ask yourself, really ask yourself, maybe Paul is the villain and you're simply not seeing it. So this is the end of the channel. I'll see you in next video, and you have a great day.